For months now, we've been seeing spy photos, renderings, and rumors about the next generation Chevrolet Silverado, as well as the GMC Sierra. Well, now we finally have something official from GM. Today I'm going to walk you through what was actually announced and what's generally exciting, and as a Chevrolet and GM product owner, just share with you my impressions. Welcome back to DONSLIFE and welcome to the channel. Let's get into it. Now, I have purposely ignored every video since this was announced today, June 16th, because I wanted to have my own impressions of reading the article or the press release myself. We knew a new model was coming for several months, but now we have the official announcement, at least for the Chevy Silverado for 2027. And if history repeats itself, then the GMC Sierra shouldn't be that far behind. Unfortunately, we don't have all the specs released in this announcement, but there's quite a bit of confirmed information. So let's just go line by line from the official website. Chevrolet is proud to announce the next generation 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500, the most powerful Silverado ever, offering the next generation 5.7 liter and 6.6 liter V8 engines. It honors Chevy's small block heritage while advancing more than a century of truck capability, durability, and performance. Expected to go on sale at the end of this year, the 2027 Silverado 1500 carries forward the strength, dependability, and V8 performance Chevy truck customers have trusted for generations. Well, let's stop there. Remember, this is written by General Motors, Chevrolet, and can we really say dependability at this point? Knowing with the 6.2 liter L87 recall, the oil spec changes, you know, the whole ordeal. So I'm going to move past that. But they're really, leaning hard into the heritage here, hoping that, the current model year, 2019 to 2026, we just kind of look past the 6.2 liter V8 fiasco. Shaped by more than 100 years of truck expertise, it builds on Chevrolet's legacy from the maker of the longest lasting full-size pickup trucks on the road, while advancing capability, technology, and design for the next generation of owners. It does confirm there'll be the 4 powertrain options, including the next-gen V8s, which they talked about, the enhanced 2.7 liter Turbo Max that delivers best-in-class torque for its engine size, and it will now be paired with a 10-speed transmission. The lineup also offers the proven segment-exclusive the Duramax 3 liter turbo diesel. Let's just get through this segment and then I'll share some opinions. Silverado has earned truck customers' trust over decades of hard work in the real world, says Scott Bell, Vice President of Global Chevrolet. With the next generation 2027 Silverado 1500, we're taking that legacy forward by building the most capable, refined, and advanced Silverado lineup we've ever offered. The 2027 Silverado will introduce a new 7-trim lineup offering a broad range of value, capabilities, and choices to better meet customers' needs and wants. In response to significant demand in recent years, it will feature 3 lifted trims, our most off-road capable ZR2 ever, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Other trims are Work Truck, Custom, Silverado, formerly the LT, and the High Country. Notice the article says the most powerful Silverado ever, but they don't state all the detailed specs from horsepower, torque, towing, and payload. So we'll have to wait for that to come out. It's just a little unusual. It's not part of this announcement when they make the claim. And when they say most powerful, but according to what metric? Is it the combined lineup? When you look at all the different ways of configuring the trucks, is it the top engine output, the towing capacity, the acceleration? It's just making me think, and now I'm really anxious to get these specifications. I think what's the most interesting to me, at least for this segment, is the narrative around smaller engines, electrification, downsizing. In this case, GM's announcing 2 larger displacement engines, which just a few years ago, only smaller engines in EVs were kind of the transition that we were going towards. Not that that isn't still happening, but this is a shift in the other direction. And if we know one thing about these V8s is people love a V8. Especially if it's reliable. The timing is certainly interesting given everything that's happened with the current generation V8s, most notably the 6.2. But that line about honors Chevy's small block heritage just tells us that the GM marketing team is really understanding that truck buyers care about traditional V8s. And knowing that Stellantis or the Ram, for example, brought back the Hemi for its trucks, everyone's doubling down now, it looks, on the V8s, at least some of the big manufacturers. And of course, seeing the diesel carry on means that it's desired by many of these truck owners. It was something that we almost got when it came to our Cadillac Escalade, but it was the first model year that it was going to have it, and we hadn't tried it before, and we didn't want to be the guinea pigs. Which makes me wonder if I did look at getting into 2027 with the new V8 power plants, whichever one, do I want to be the guinea pig for a first-year model? before they iron out the kinks. Anecdotally, just being a consumer and seeing trucks driving around, I have to agree that significant demand when it comes to lifted trucks is definitely there. It's real. So it's probably a good thing they're going to offer 3 trims of lifted trucks. Now so far, and I have not read this article yet, this is just my first impressions, we haven't heard any mention of cylinder deactivation, DFM, AFM, those things. Of course, I keep myself educated on what's going on, obviously because I report on the recall and things like that. So I expect the rumors and the speculation that are already out there around these engines having cylinder deactivation to still be in place. It's whether or not we can turn it off. So if we are stuck with it, what's changed? I'm curious to know. So let's jump to the next segment. So stronger powertrain lineup with the next generation 5.7 and 6.7 liter V8s. At the heart of the new Silverado 1500 is its most capable and refined powertrain lineup ever, led by available next generation 5.7 liter and 6.6 liter V8 engines, building on Chevrolet's performance legacy, including the recently announced Corvette LS6 6.7 liter V8. These new engines will be assembled by the skilled teams at GM's Flint Engine Operations, Tonawanda Propulsion, and St. Catharines Propulsion plants. The Silverado 1500 now offers the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 engines in its class, engineered for serious work and confident towing. These next generation V8s deliver improvements in power and torque, giving the customer more choice without compromise. These engines underscore Chevrolet's commitment to offering V8 power for truck customers and build on the more than 70 years of V8 know-how and validation that customers can rely on for demanding jobs in everyday life. We push these engines through an extensive testing and validation process to make sure they deliver the durability, capability, and dependability Silverado customers expect, said Mark Dickens, Executive Chief Engineer. From tough towing scenarios to the daily demands our customers put on their trucks, these next generation V8s were engineered and proven to perform in the real world. So again, the V8s become a larger displacement. The 5.3 now becomes the 5.7 and the 6.2 becomes the 6.6. It's just the opposite direction we've been seeing manufacturers go for the last decade. And it's interesting because if smaller engines, turbocharging, electrification were supposed to be the future, then why has GM invested billions into larger displacement V8s? I think it could be a mix of customer demand, towing performance, durability targets, emissions compliance, maybe through a different strategy, and then obviously the response to competitors' offerings. Now, a simple observation, and I'm very familiar with a lot of GM Chevrolet products from over the years, and I don't remember seeing durability and validation emphasized quite so heavily than it is in this announcement. Wonder why that is. But I do take some confidence in knowing that they mention where their engines are going to be built: Flint, Tonawanda, and St. Catharines. I do feel better that more is being done in-house. Now for the all-new exterior. All-new exterior design, authentic truck character. The 2027 Silverado 1500 introduces an all-new exterior with a bolder stance, stronger face, more premium execution. The design signals the next chapter of Chevy truck styling while staying true to Silverado's work-ready character, balancing everyday usability, capability, and presence. That fresh look is immediately visible in the truck's new LED headlights and taillights, more pronounced wheel opening moldings and rocker treatments, and standard dual exhaust on custom and above for more refined appearance. Across the lineup, Silverado's exterior has been shaped to project a more confident modern truck presence, with details like a bold new fascia, unique lighting signatures, and trim-specific differentiation that help each model express its own character while still feeling unmistakably Chevrolet. The goal with the new Silverado was to create a truck that looks stronger, more modern, with demanding presence at first glance, while staying true to the authentic truck character customers expect from Chevrolet. Chevrolet Global Executive Design Director Phil Zak said. Now, the generation on the market right now from 2019 to 2026 is known as the T1 platform. This new generation is called the T1-2. So it's basically building upon what already exists, and it is the first complete redesign in about 8 years. And this redesign is going to define the next generation of pickups for probably the next decade. However, when it comes to the exterior and what I'm seeing so far, I think they're playing it safe. They call it an all-new design, but it's unmistakably still the Silverado. Definitely looks more like an evolution versus a revolution. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just very risk-adverse. Of course, there'll always be the debate out there, are the manufacturers taking these modern trucks and prioritizing rugged, work-capable machines, or are they turning into half-ton luxury daily drivers? Probably a bit of both. Modern connected interior across the lineup. So every 2027 Silverado 1500 features a modern digital cockpit anchored by a new edge-to-edge display experience with a class-leading 16.3-inch center display and a 12.2-inch driver information center that are standard across the lineup. On the ZR2 and the High Country, class-leading 11.5-inch front passenger screen comes standard paired with heads-up display and a rear camera mirror so customers can experience over 60 inches of digital displays. I also noticed in one of the photos that they had YouTube on the passenger screen. Does that mean we have the ability to mirror our own experience or play different apps that maybe we weren't able to up till now? The cohesive and purposeful tech-forward layout gives drivers an intuitive interface for navigation, media, vehicle information, and available trailering technologies, helping ensure every entry model feels modern, connected, and well-equipped. Silverado builds on its smart, hardworking interior technology with available dual wireless charging and reconfigurable multi-flex center console that adds useful storage and everyday versatility, all with a premium feel that helps elevate every drive. I don't know much about this multi-flex console, but I'm sure we'll learn about it at some point. Super Cruise driver assist technology with segment-exclusive trailering brings hands-free driving to towing, reinforcing Silverado's blend of innovation, confidence, and capability. No other competitor in its class offers a hands-free driving system with trailer capability. I've used Super Cruise in our Escalade, and it's amazing. Works very, very well. So my thoughts on this interior: the limited pictures, they look great. I just hope they do something about the seats, and I hope they keep some of the critical controls as buttons. I don't like going through menus and multiple screens to get to what I need to adjust. We'll see when more of that detailed information comes to light, but for right now it's best guess, and it looks like a little more is digitized than maybe we would like to see as physical buttons, but I could be wrong. I want to wait until I learn more. Now back to the seats. I really hope that they nail the seats this time. The current generation seats just aren't that great. The Cadillac Escalade seats are better, but they're not that much better. And the massage feature, and I know I'm sounding privileged right here, I wish it was firmer. So hopefully they address those things. We just don't know yet. And back to Super Cruise, I already told you that I like it. I don't like that we have to pay a subscription to use it now. So now we just activate it when we go on extremely long road trips. Otherwise, we don't bother because we can't use it everywhere. It's going to be better depending on where you live. But what they seem to be pushing in this announcement is the fact that you can do hands-free towing, which as far as I know, I don't know if any competitors offer it. I don't think they do. All right, the ZR2, the most off-road capable ZR2 ever, which will be synonymous with the AT4X. So the 2027 Silverado 1500 ZR2 is engineered as the off-road flagship of the Silverado family, building on the nameplate's unique blend of proven off-road capability and on-road comfort. Key chassis and exterior features include 35-inch mud-terrain tires, 2-inch lift, and a dedicated off-road hood with an enhanced power dome with a more aggressive stance. Standard front and rear e-lockers, desert race-proven Multimatic DSSV dampers paired with joist dampers help ZR2 stay composed over high-speed desert terrain, rock-strewn trails, and everyday pavement. Inside, the ZR2 features a unique interior with torch red accents, torch red edge seat belts, and large digital displays that keep key off-road and vehicle data in view. Dual wireless charging and the modern touches are designed to support active lifestyles and everyday convenience. The cabin also features real forged carbon fiber trim on the doors and the console, the first ever use of true carbon fiber decor on a ZR2 and GM's first application of forged carbon. Do you remember when forged carbon was just a hypercar or a supercar thing? Now it's in our trucks. The available ZR2 Bison Edition, made in collaboration with American Expedition Vehicles, builds on that formula with distinctive front and rear AEV bumpers, rocker protection, 18-inch beadlock capable wheels, and a comprehensive set of skid plates protecting the front underbody, transfer case, rear differential, and fuel tank. Additional details, including the AEV rear badge and all-weather floor liners, further reinforce its purpose-built off-road character. So how much off-road capability is enough? I don't think this is a Raptor killer based on what I'm seeing. I don't know if GM or Chevy's ever going to try and do that anyway, but the ZR2 comes with 35-inch tires, front and rear lockers, the DSSV dampers that we've seen in the current generation. I wonder how many people are actually going to use this level of capability or simply just wanting the look. I'm guilty of both. I've used my truck for a little of each of these things. It just comes down to what you have access to sometimes. And then you have to wonder, is the ZR2 becoming too premium? I guess having different lifted trim levels is going to be something that kind of plays into this, but modern off-road trucks are kind of luxury now, aren't they? So I guess when you're spending that kind of money, when you're not off-roading, you probably appreciate a lot of those luxury refinements. So it'll be interesting to see. The verdict's out on that one. Again, these are just my opinions, reading this article for the first time. All right, the Trail Boss, attainable off-road presence. The 2027 Silverado 1500 Trail Boss is designed for customers who want real off-road capability and presence. On the exterior, you get the 34-inch MT tires, a 2-inch factory lift, and a dedicated off-road hood give the Trail Boss a distinct, ready-for-the-trail stance. Unique visual cues and proportions set the Trail Boss apart from the core trims, giving it a strong identity for customers who want a truck that looks as capable as it feels. Inside, 2 unique interior themes target customers who want more attitude and personality without stepping all the way up to the ZR2. Torch red edge seat belts and seats with fabric accents, inserts, and custom perforation patterns provide clear, modern design cues that are immediately recognizable as part of the off-road family. So is the Trail Boss the sweet spot? Will it become the best value Silverado in the lineup, giving buyers everything without the premium price of a ZR2? Just might be. It makes you wonder because they put so much emphasis on the unique styling, interior themes, red accents, visual presence, that are off-road trucks becoming more about a lifestyle than their actual capability? I mean, let's be honest, most people aren't going to push these trucks beyond their capability anyway, so it's probably okay. I don't know. Let's go the other way. High Country, flagship refinement and technology. At the top of the lineup, the 2027 Silverado 1500 High Country underscores Silverado's dual mission of luxury grade comfort and full-size truck capability with a bold new expression of strength and sophistication. On the exterior, a new High Country badge and standard 22-inch after midnight machined faced wheels communicate flagship status at a glance. The updated badge design, along with darker, richer trim elements and more polished detailing, helps evolve the High Country's look into something more modern and athletic while still feeling true to its established identity. An exclusive Triton satin grille reinforces the more contemporary expression and gives High Country a sophisticated yet confident presence. Inside, High Country surrounds driver and passengers with a Silverado first panoramic sunroof. It also offers 2 unique interior themes, light and dark, giving customers distinct expressions within a full-size Chevy truck. The multi-flex center console features a unique debossed High Country logo, while natural tan edge seatbelts, real wood decor, Triton satin accents, custom seat treatments, and available microfiber suede interior materials further distinguish High Country as the most premium expression of Silverado. There's a sentence I could not memorize if I tried. So we're finally getting the panoramic roof that everyone complained about when the 2019s came out with the small sunroof. So that's happening. But at some point these start to feel like a large SUV because the Cadillac has the panoramic roof, but now we have a cargo box in the back. And then with the solid rear axle, it doesn't ride as smoothly as a full-size SUV. So I'm kind of impartial. It's not a deal breaker to me, but the panoramic sunroof is sometimes nice to have. Based on what I just read on the High Country, it sounds like they're closing the gap in luxury compared to the GMC Sierra Denali. I guess we won't know till we get the release on the Sierras, which is probably just around the corner. Maybe now we can say the High Country directly competes with the highest luxury models on the market outside of the GM family. Just a little bit left here. So the breakdown for the other 3 trims is summarized all together. We have the Silverado, Custom Trail Boss, and Custom True Full-Size Value. For customers with a wide range of needs, the 2027 Silverado, Custom Trail Boss, and Custom Trims deliver true full-size Chevy truck capability in configurations designed to meet them where they are. With Silverado now serving as a trim for 2027 model year, Chevrolet is expanding the portfolio in a way that gives customers more clear, attainable choices across the lineup while preserving the core capability, presence, and versatility they expect from a full-size Chevy truck. For customers selecting Silverado 4-wheel drive, the Z71 package will now be standard, adding even more confidence and capability, with features including skid plates, hill descent control, and off-road suspension. Custom Trim continues to deliver strong full-size truck value with the essential content customers want most, and now includes dual exhaust and 20-inch technical gray machine-faced wheels. Custom Trail Boss gives customers an entry point into authentic off-road style and performance with a 2-inch lift and 34-inch tires. These 3 trims represent the foundation of the portfolio, whether they are entering the full-size truck segment for the first time, moving up from a mid-sized pickup or SUV, or looking for strong value without giving up on the essentials. The lineup continues to offer a clear progression from value-focused workhorses to more expressive, off-road oriented and feature-rich trucks, helping ensure customers can find the right combination of design, content, and capability for their needs. The new screens, along with the core features and connected technologies, ensure that even the most attainable trims feel modern, connected, and well equipped. Did I read that right? The Silverado is now the name for the old LT trim. Won't that be confusing when somebody asks you what kind of Silverado and you're like, it's Silverado. I have a Silverado. So a little strange, but I do believe I read that properly. So I guess you might own a Silverado. It's like a Ferrari LaFerrari in a way. Now I think it's going to come down to pricing. If the custom Trail Boss will be the one that people pick over the regular Trail Boss. If it is at such a good price point that you could add some modifications of your own and just get it to that next level and save yourself some money and even make it your own, that might be a popular trim people go for. Again, I think it depends on that entry price, but I don't have a lot of confidence in seeing entry-level truck prices be where we actually feel they should be. Ah yes, the work truck, built for fleet durability and uptime. The 2027 Silverado 1500 work truck is purpose-built for fleet customers and commercial operators, grounded in Chevy's reputation for the maker of the most dependable, long-lasting full-size trucks. Work truck is engineered around day in, day out work and fleet uptime. The next generation V8s are tuned for durability, serviceability, and consistent fleet managers' demand. Configurations are optimized to accommodate common upfits for construction, utilities, municipal, and commercial fleets. Straightforward interiors are designed to be easy to clean and simple for drivers to learn, even across large, diverse fleets. New digital displays enhance safety and driver assistance technology, and core connectivity features support fleet management without unnecessary complexity. Work truck is positioned as the right tool for the job, engineered specifically around business and commercial needs. Not much to say on the work truck front, other than, the fact that they get the digital screens and they'll have the upgraded fascia and the lighting. Could be a good looking work truck or fleet truck. Heritage and innovation together. So this is more the summary. From next generation V8 powertrains to a fully digital interior experience and a rugged new design language, the 2027 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 brings together more than 70 years of V8 excellence with the needs of today's truck customers. There they are, pushing the V8 again, reminding us there's no replacement for displacement. Whether it's a high country customer looking for premium appointments, or an off-road enthusiast choosing ZR2s or Trail Bosses, or a small business owner counting on work trucks to get the job done, there is a 2027 Silverado 1500 built around their world, said Bell. Chevrolet is moving the Silverado story forward with the most powerful and advanced Silverado 1500 we have ever offered. And of course, additional details, availability, and pricing is not announced, but it will be later this year. And the 2027 Silverado 1500 will be built at GM's full-size truck assembly facilities in North America. Now, all of the claims that they made, you can go through this article yourself, but you can see there's, a set of notes at the bottom, references to all the claims that they had made through this announcement. So that's that. That is my thoughts, my opinions on the press release, the announcement for the 2027 Silverado 1500s. Soon, we should get a similar announcement for the GMC Sierras. And once that comes out, I'm sure I'll share something similar. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a similar video reading the GM press release for the first time and sharing some of my comments. But after that's done, I'm actually going to have a little bit of fun with this. I'm going to connect with my buddy Chad. You may know him as Lone Star Hawaiian. We decided that we are going to collaborate on sharing our opinions and just having a healthy chat over the Silverado, because he's a Silverado customer. He has the current generation Silverado Trail Boss. It's actually his wife's. And I have the current generation GMC Sierra AT4. And we are going to talk about what we think, an honest talk about what we think about these new models. So that's it, low production value. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you next time.